J Mac.
All right,
I
babe.
hear, I hear there are two fantastic reasons to watch Barb Wire.
Story and dialogue.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, this was my first time watching Barb Wire.
Yeah.
I believe, because I got this confused with another film, and it must have been another one that Pamela Anderson was in. And 1 sec, the comments are filling up here. Lee McMaster says, "Evening, guys. Oh, the only two. Ha ha ha. Nice to see Lee in here. I take it he's no next to you.
No, he's actually just left. He watched it with me.
Class. Should have stayed. Should have just sat there, pulled up a seat.
No, he's working at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. But we got to the end of it, and I was like, I gave my opinion on it, and he was like, I think that was absolute garbage. So he's saying that her babes were the only two reasons to watch it.
Well, on that note, by the way, like you pretty much turn it on, and within seconds they're in your face. And
I wish that was me.
It's actually me if you look closer.
Oh, so it is. Sorry, I forgot it was your face on Dutch. Oh, that's Bruce Willis. That's Bruce Willis.
It is. It is. It's a Matthew Moon special. What an opening scene, right?
It was unexpected, and like as soon as it started, I was like, "This film is for men."
It's a real champagne supernova at the start. And by the way, I think that's one of the movie's downfalls, is that it's so hyperly focused on Pamela Anderson's boobs, because you'll be shocked to hear, J-Mac, but I didn't think it was all that bad a film. But I can totally get, like, I can totally understand why people would be shy to watch it unless you're a dude. You know, I think the film does play a lot on, look, it's Pamela Anderson. Look, it's Pamela Anderson. And by the way, let's talk about that for a wee minute. Pamela Anderson in her day was Pamela Anderson.
She definitely was Pamela Anderson. Yep. Actually, she's billed as Pamela Anderson Lee in this movie.
That's right, because she was married to big Tommy Lee. Ross Caldwell says, "Evening, gents. Cannot overstate how huge a deal Pam Ann was in the mid-90s. My bedroom walls were literally adorned with nothing but football scarves and posters of her."
I can think of at least one more things that was on the posters.
Mate, I was waiting on it. The substance.
So why is the colour fading at this bit? Oh no, it wipes clean.
So early 90s, I was obviously just born. So late 90s is when, and like as a child, obviously you appreciate, oh, people are beautiful and all that, right? But this is how I knew Pamela Anderson was the woman of her time, is because it would be, you know, you would say stuff that you heard. Like my brother would be like, "Oh, that lassie, she's as hot as Pamela Anderson," type thing. Pamela Anderson was used as the creme de la creme, right? And then it went from that to Britney Spears, I think, early 2000s.
And the thing is that they're not dissimilar. Do you know what I mean? You can see similarities between her and Britney Spears. But yeah, she was definitely on the pedestal back then. I think there was, like, in my mind, it was between her and Claudia Schiffer. at that time. That was the two.
Sharon Stone?
Cindy Crawford was still a thing at the time as well. And there
Sharon
was
Stone.
well, see, I was never really exposed to Sharon Stone when I was a kid because all the
I
stuff
like
she
your choice
did,
of words.
all the films she was in weren't really geared towards kids, or should actively have been kept away from kids. Do you know what I mean?
But Baywatch was on every Saturday at dinner time between Batman and Catchphrase.
I'll be there.
I'll be By the way, I think about Baywatch in its time as well. Carmen Electra, the man David Hasselhoff,
Yasmin Bleeth.
right? Jason Momoa at one point.
Aye, that's right. Yeah.
Baywatch.
I don't think I was still watching it when he was in it.
No, because Pamela Anderson left at one point. I think that's when Baywatch ceased to be interesting.
I think that's when it went downhill because it was so high up the hill before that.
I remember watching Baywatch as a kid and being heavy invested in it. Like it had between that and Thunder in Paradise, it was just spectacular viewing.
I remember like kind of checking out of it when I seen somebody outswim a great white shark.
Yeah, Andy Gibb, my man.
Andy.
I'm sure he'll have an opinion here on Barb Wire and Pamela Anderson and our bits. I don't know. So do you know that this movie was based off of a comic book series?
I found out by accident because when I was watching it, some of the dialogue, I was like, I can imagine dialogue this bad written in a comic book, like on a page.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was her name? What's her actual name? It's like Barbara Chikinski or something like that. And she's like, Barbara Chikinski died. I'm Barb Wire. I was like, you could read that. You could read that off of the pages of a comic. So I googled while I was watching it, was this based on a comic? It turns out it was, and it came out, I think, in '93, only 3 years before the film.
Yes.
So it must have had enough of a following to actually make a film of it.
Andy Gibb says, I've only seen Pamela on bad channels. That just shows he was a man of his time because he said the word channels. Right? That was Pam was around, right, when channels were how you got things
channels
done.
are still a thing. Stations is
channels are still a
change
thing.
your station.
The station. On the TV set.
Although I don't remember ever saying I never ever said what stations it on. I always said what channels it on, but sometimes you would change the station.
The station.
Station.
Let's get out of here. So this was created from the comic series, which, by the way, they kind of left out a bit of the comic stuff for a good reason, because the reason it gets quite Mad Max dystopian through it is because aliens come.
Oh.
And also
they weren't the only ones.
Eros. What was the lassie's name again? Who they go to the country with the retinas?
Doctor.
Yeah.
Something.
So do you know why she was trying to get away?
Why?
Right. This is explained in the comics because those mad scientist folks have come up with a concoction that will turn basically anybody that sniffs it into a zombie. And these zombies will try and take over the world, killing off humanity. She injected herself with the serum that eventually becomes the cure, which is why she needs to get out of that country because they're ready to take over the world with these zombies, and she needs to get to another country to go meet with the bigwigs and go, right, get this cure out of me, and let's get a vaccine for all of this.
Yeah,
that's why I think they left that out though.
That would have been better. I don't think I've ever watched a film where folk are so avidly hunting down a pair of fucking contact lenses.
No, I know. Because they don't really explain what they're for, right? Other than that it changes your retina to let you out of the country.
Well, that's it. It changes your ID, essentially. That's why. It changes...
I mean, what, they set it in 2017? They genuinely thought we'd have to stare into a set of binoculars to get out of the country.
Well, this is where films like Demolition Man and this one differ. Demolition Man got a lot of things right. This one went the other fucking way.
I know. However, if that's what hired killers look like in the future,
Like, somebody take out a hit on me.
you can hit on me anytime, baby.
When that guy goes and gets dressed up as a gimp and she just chodes him right in the back of the neck.
He was weird, man. He was like that. He was weird. Well, no, man. I was going to say, if you've seen Aliens Coming, Kev, you see the same Pamela. You've seen Aliens Coming, Kev. You've seen the same Pamela film as me. Good time.
Nice one, Andy.
I know. So my expectations of this, by the way, when I said to you, "Oh, Barb Wire, we're gonna cover Barb Wire," you went, "Oh, fucking hell!" It's like, what? And then I thought to myself, "Is that the Pamela Anderson film I've seen?" And then when I thought about it, I thought I've only seen a couple of scenes for that film, I think, but those scenes don't match my memories of the scenes I've seen. So it was a different film.
So you don't know if you've seen the scene you've seen.
The scenes I seen weren't in this film. They were from another film.
I wonder
But
what
they're
it was.
similar scenes. You should imagine.
Was it on a boat?
One of them was. There's one where she's running across a beach in a red swimsuit. Oh, aye, that's Baywatch. Matthew Man says, "Evening, fellas. Sad to say I've never seen this masterpiece." Matthew Man! Oh, it's right up your street. It's got tits in it and everything.
If Matthew Man's not seen it, how bad can it fucking be?
I know. Well, look, it's got everything you want, right? This here's very much like a Shakira music video for the early 2000s.
Look at Bebop and Rocksteady at the back.
That's E Honda and Rocksteady. That's E Honda. By the way,
do you know he was in Speed?
I heard he was indeed. He was indeed in Speed. The same guy, right? It's like the ugly 80s boy. I love him, man.
That's
See when
Ron
he
Howard's
rocks
brother.
Aye, I know. And didn't he
I
get
can't remember his name though. It's like Dave. I can't remember his. Go and Google it quickly because it was annoying me and I didn't want to Google it during the film.
But what would I Google? Because just ugly Ron Howard's brother.
Ron Howard's brother. Because he is famous for doing like a lot of trash movies. Unlike his brother, who's one of the best directors in the generation. Clint, you sure you never misread that?
What? Clint Howard?
I know, Clint's one of these words that when you write it down, it looks like something else.
A wee bit. You just got to miss the end.
No. The L and I go together.
I
saw it on a birthday cake once and it just said, "Happy birthday, cunt."
That was my cake, you. Hey, Janice, hope all is well. He's there. He's in the comments. Nards, Clint Howard. Congrats on the lack of tongue cancer, my man. Glad to hear it all went well. So
that was very eclectically put, Kevin.
I don't always, but when I do, you know. What?
Yeah. Congrats on the lack of tongue cancer. I've never heard it put like that before.
Well, I've not really known.
I would have said something like, "Really happy to hear your good news, mate." Congrats on your lack of tongue cancer. Anyway, aye, it's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing.
Absolutely.
So you can keep on talking online. We all love it.
So here's a wee. Nards. Aye, so it was good to hear. It would have been quite sucky if that was anything worse. So aye, shout out to Barry from Wolfman's Got Nards. Wee legend.
Aye. And here's to his immune system.
I know. His immune system's harder than Pamela's tits in this.
I don't think anything's harder than that, man. You could crack walnuts on the fucking things.
Mate, you should put a t-shirt out in the Wolfman's Got Nards fonts saying my immune system's harder than Pamela Anderson's tits. We'll plug it here and he'll get all the sales.
I'd wear it. I would wear
I
it.
would wear it. I would wear it. Nard says thanks. Somebody was copying that from recently, and I don't know who. I got the blame for it, so I've started just copying them. So from now on, this is called Wolfman's Got Nards 2. From now on.
What happened?
I don't know. Someone was copying his shit online, and he won't tell me. So let's look. So I've been looking for Wolfman's Got Cards, Wolfman's Got Shards, Pam's Got Nards up above. Hey? Oh, I've missed that. All right, I get you. Pam's getting nards.
There you go.
So, by the way, I put this. There was elements to this film that was like Secret Agent Club, right? Come on, look at this. Did we miss? What happened with her?
I was thinking like Star Trek First Contact. It's a bit like a sexy Borg. But
sorry, I never
what
watched
did happen
Star
to
Trek. I had girlfriends and shit.
I mean, I'm sorry that you never lived a life.
Sorry, I was playing with real boobs while you were watching Star Trek.
Something like that.
Oh, 7 of 9.
I'm kidding. I'm a Star Wars fan. I got no boobs. No, I'm joking. Star Wars fans get boobs. There's another t-shirt. Star Wars fans get boobs.
So she just kind of showed up and then disappeared. I don't know if she died, don't know if she lived, don't know what happened to her.
I think they were setting up a sequel. I kind of feel like she got done a series in this one. No? Like I was like, oh, this will be the Rex, Rex Secret Agent Club with a big metal leg. No?
Mate, that film, I don't know how you ever liked that. Even as a kid, I think I would have thought that was shit.
Hulk Hogan, brother. What more can you want?
I loved Suburban Commando. Hated Secret Agent Club.
Antifreeze!
It's the 90s. We gonna sue you.
Oh, no. Do you not think like that's even like Blanca and Street Fighter? Do you not feel like this was the experiment that nothing happened with? Hey,
I don't think I cared enough to come up with an opinion about it.
I did.
Yeah, I like that bit.
See? Emotionally invested.
It looks like the happiest robot in the world.
I'm not sure if it's like a device. I was kind of wondering what they were doing. The guy's controlling this with his finger on a screen where he basically touches a silhouette of her body, and wherever he touches, she feels things. And I thought,
I'm into that.
I thought, this was maybe futuristic, Wonder where that technology went.
This is set in the near future of 2017. The same year, by the way, that The Running Man was set in. Don't know if you caught that.
I did catch that. I was just trying to see if there was anything I could say that was quite quirky, but that would relate the two, and I failed. I just went,
I don't think you realised that.
The window of time was very short. See, 2017, year of the fucking flying cars. To be honest, once the movie started, I just kind of lost my train of thought. All for a
Aye. This, I checked before I watched this, because again, this is my first viewing of this film as well. And I remember, like, when it came out, I was too young to see it, because it was an 18, which surprised me when I watched it. It was like, this film it's not graphic enough in any way to warrant an 18 certificate in any way. But the boobs is 15 level. If that, I've seen more boobs than a 12 actually. There's actually a surprisingly there's a surprisingly low amount of boobs in this, like compared to what I was expecting. Which I don't know if it was a good thing. Was that?
See if you watch Little Nicky, is that considered boobs? And nudity? Is it? Because it actually is.
I suppose it is. Aye. And I don't know if anybody watching has ever seen Orgasmo, but Choda Boy wears something in his head that you could consider nudity. But no, there was less of the boobage in this than I was expecting. They were always on show, but mostly covered up. Occasionally you got glimpses of more of them, but it was less than I was expecting. Whether that hurt the film or not, I don't know. But I think that if I was like a big fan of Pamela Anderson back then, and I went to see it for Pamela Anderson, I would have been disappointed in the lack of nip.
Yes, true. Darren says, "Evening, guys. Hope all is well. Hope all is well, Darren, my friend. Where do we remember Darren from?
I don't know Darren. I don't think Darren's ever been here before. I think he's just seen Pamela Anderson and went.
Well, Darren, welcome to the show. I hope you're doing well. No, he must have been. We've spoke to Darren before. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure he'll correct us if you're wrong.
It's just we're getting sidetracked here because two huge reasons. One is this is the first time we've seen this film. Second, we're too busy congratulating Nards that we forgot our train of thought. We're all here for Pam. I did think the numbers were pretty spectacular tonight.
I prefer our Five Sisters.
Pam and her five sisters, man. Syrian. This cast, by the way, because this is so heavily Pamela Anderson, right? Because it's so heavy on Pamela Anderson, you forget that like Tamura Morrison's in this, right? So's what's his face? Tamura Morrison, Boba Fett. Boba Fett. Didn't I say who's Boba Fett?
I know who Boba Fett is, but I don't know the actor's name. I don't know who he is.
He was in that Once We're Warriors. Have you ever seen that? Which is quite mad with the gangs and all that. He's Boba Fett he's in Mandalorian. What else has he been in? He's Jango Fett. He's Jango Fett also in Attack of the Clones.
Who is he in this?
He's hold on, I've got a picture of him. Is it the guy that runs out on her? Him.
Is he Boba Fett, like the original Boba Fett?
Well,
he looks too young.
No. Original Boba Fett was not him, right? Because his mask never come off. Every time you've ever seen Boba Fett with his mask off, it's him. He played Jango Fett, Boba Fett's dad. But because Boba Fett's a clone, all Boba Fett clones look like him. You get me?
Oh.
So he was Jango Fett. He's also Boba Fett.
Okay.
Remember that time Boba Fett was supposed to come on this podcast? And he stood me up.
Yeah.
And then was like, here, I'll make it up to you.
But that wasn't him.
No, that wasn't him. That was the younger one. That was the younger one that got Ray Park sacked for Disney. I was going to chin him about it and all. I got him sacked because he videoed Ray Park's wife.
Sucking a dummy?
No, not a dummy.
I see where you're going. I don't know why I get banned.
Right.
Fucking move on.
Aye, right. and then Ray Park was like that with a video. Oh, aye, is that right? Aye, posted it on Instagram. Disney were like, yeah, we can't do this anymore.
Oh well then.
Jennifer Banco is also in Barb Wire. Aye, who's she again? She is Spike. She's Spike, the one that talks like Stephen Hawking.
Aye.
Uh-huh. She's in Leatherface.
I spotted Udo Kier, who was playing.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, he was quite camp in this. Did you know him?
He was quite sound, I know. He's usually know that sound, eh? Know him.
That's not him. I always find Udo Kier quite often plays the same character and everything, but I felt it was different in this. And when he put his wig on, I nearly pissed myself. But it was he was very, very good. Our brother, fucking John Bon Jovi, if you wish. I can't mind his name.
I know. I thought he was also the guy from Hocus Pocus, but he's not. He was that was Charlie, because I thought that was this guy for Hocus Pocus. Him. I thought that's who that was.
It just sounded like you laughing, mate. I don't know what you're doing.
Fuck off. No, it was higher pitch. You know how I'm talking about. This is ice. I thought that was maybe him. But
I think I've seen Hocus Pocus once in my life, so I don't remember much of it.
What the hell, man! By the way, see this picture? Do you not think? No, you're right. You're pish, man. It's Hocus Pocus now, but back then it was class. See this, right? This image to me, I was like, oh, that's a very interesting image. It's like, do you know what it's like? It's like his wife is sitting right in front of him, and he's resisting all willpower.
100%, man. His blood pressure's gone up.
He's like, I just need to turn around and get something, but I can't because my wife will think I'm looking at her ass. So I'm just going to have to sit here and feel this.
I have to get paid. I cannot look.
The struggle is real. Darren says, I've been watching your channel for a while now. Haven't joined the live before. only just subscribed recently. Apologies. Oh, no, not at all. Thanks for tuning in, mate. And if you're here every week, let us know the stuff that you'd like to see us cover. And we'll make sure to cover something you like at some point. Janice will be on
where are you from? Where are you from, Darren?
I know.
Let us know in the comments.
Janice will be on our Christmas watch. Are we doing a watch along? Eh? We are.
No. It's just
a deep dive. It's a deep dive. It's just a deep dive. Something far.
I meant to say it's a deep dive, not just a watch along.
But Janice will be back. Will be on at the end of the year. In fact, it's in a couple of weeks. She's the skinhead. We dafty. We watch Hocus Pocus every Halloween. The OG one, the one where they were like actual killers and no, singers. Well, they were singing, but I digress. So we say Jennifer Banco. I'm trying to think.
I like how you say, I'm trying to think what else I've seen her in while you vigorously look it up on IMDb.
No. I can see that she's in 2 films I've seen, right? I'm trying to see 2 films I can see 2 films that she's in that I recognise her from. But I was trying to think, like, has she been in something more recent? No, she hasn't. In the Shadows, The Searching, Cheerleader, Camp to the Death. That sounds class. Cheerleader, Camp
That's
to
a
the
Matt Damon
Death.
film.
I know, and I'm glad these still exist in 2024, man. One thing about the cast, like the cast sheet on IMDb, is like all the non-known actors are like billed as the big cheese. You got to really search for all the guys that have like a lot of name to them, to kind of find them.
But the guy that plays Charlie, I've seen him in a lot of things over the years, but he's hard to place. I think he was in U571. I know John Bon Jovi was in that as well, but he was also in it. He was in a great film, which we actually should do maybe next Halloween, called Idle Hands. You ever seen that?
Don't think so, but I'm going to check it out.
It's got Devon Sawa in it. It's Devon Sawa, right. Seth Green, Jessica Alba, before she was really famous. It's such a good, fun horror comedy. Terrible IMDb score. I think it's like 5.2 or something. But my God, I watched that so many times. I think it came out when 99, I think. And I watched it endlessly for a good number of years, man. I loved it. I thought it was so funny, so well put together. Devon Sawa's performance, having a hand that you can't control, is wonderful. So I will need to stick that one on the list.
He is definitely in Idle Hands. He plays Randy. What was that film you said? You what?
Well, I was Randy watching this.
Darren says he's from the East End of Glasgow. Well, next time we're in visiting Matthewman. You still live in Glasgow. Next time that we're having a pint with Matthewman, you should join us. We went to the bench premiere. It was the last time we had a wee beer. Jennifer Banco is big for Friday the 13th part VII and Leatherface. I know what that VII is. It's 7. I know. Yeah. Leatherface, that's part 3. I've got them all on DVD. She's pretty decent. Fucking love Idle Hands.
Oh yes.
Mackman goes on to say Idle Hands is a great wee flick. I think we need to get together, all 4 of us again, and talk about Idle Hands, and it'll be my first viewing. I think, because something tells me I might have.
It's the first time I ever heard that Rob Zombie song.
Which one?
I wish I could remember what it was called. But it goes like burn through the wicked.
That's Dragula.
That's the one. First time I heard that, I was like, "What is this? What is this? This might be the best song I've ever heard in my fucking life."
Mate, Rob Zombie's class. He's like, he's not metal. He's like pop metal. If you're into metal, he's like very soft metal. He's what Backstreet Boys is to metal. If you're a metal fan,
it reminded me a wee bit of like, remember that band that won Eurovision years ago?
Lordi, absolutely. Yeah. Lordi are phenomenal. Are phenomenal. Yes, absolutely. So if you're into pop music and you don't like rock music or anything like that, Rob Zombie's metal, right? You shag dead folk. If you're into metal, you're into rock music, he's like the Backstreet Boys of that. So it's like there's no winning for him. But I respect the hell of him. One of my favourite of the late 90s. Hey, Jack Noseworthy.
That sounds like a porn name.
Jack Nose. Oh no, Bon Jovi Always. That's what it is. Jack Noseworthy. That wee boy plays Bon Jovi in Always.
He is in the video for Always. That's right.
Oh, look, he's just said that.
Yeah. Is that his real name, Jack Noseworthy? That's
Well, it's not his real name. That's his name in the. Oh no, it is. It is his real name, Jack Noseworthy.
that's such a shit name. Like if I was an actor, I would change that.
Mr.
Um,
Noseworthy. Mr. Noseworthy.
it sounds like a butler in a haunted mansion.
Mr. Noseworthy.
I've never seen such effective use of a comb.
Dracula. Same as me. First time I heard it too. Oh, I heard Dracula just because I was listening to Rob Zombie albums. I wish I'd heard it. No,
I Wolfman's got Nards and I very similar ages. I think he is. Unfortunately, he's slightly older than me. But I think we've probably seen a lot of the same stuff growing up. But I owned Idle Hands on VHS. I had it on VHS and I watched it a lot. I did. It was like, remember The Hand with Michael Caine? Did you ever see that? No, well, it's kind of like that, like evil hand running about killing folk, like the Thing, but evil. Thing
was. We're gonna address it yet? We're gonna address it yet?
No. Let's no. I think we'll discuss it at some point. But the premise was similar. This like evil hand running about killing people, but the difference was in The Hand, it didn't happen until it came off of Michael Caine. Like it got knocked off in a car crash, and then he started running about killing folk. In this, it gets possessed while it's still on him. So, like, for the first half of the film, it's just him trying to control this hand, and he ends up accidentally killing two of his pals. Then they come back for the deed, like in American Werewolf in London, and start kind of tormenting him, but still being his mates at the same time. And it ends up at a fucking mad school disco where the Offspring are playing at a school disco. It's mental, man. It's mental, but it's really good fun. Really
Can't wait to see it. Janice says, "Love Rob Zombie. Feel you." Jack Noseworthy is his real name. Love that guy. He's in Alive, 1993, the movie. They eat human ass. Here, I eat fucking human ass. I'm joking. Yeah, I know that film. That's the one where the plane crashes and they take glass and start eating ass.
They redid it again recently. That Society of Snow on Netflix is the story of that, but done by people of the right ethnicity.
Watch Alive. It's actually really good. You know, if you find yourself and a bit of a plane smash and you're stranded with nothing today, just eat ass. Darren says, I also confused the guy from Hocus Pocus with the guy in the Bon Jovi video. Thank you. He gets it. 100%. This is ice. Hey. Oh no, he says, this is Ernie. It's not Ernie anymore. It's ice. Hey guys, it's been a while. Hey Donna. No, it's been like 2 weeks. That's not even a while. But hi Donna, nonetheless of you. Aye. What? Matthew says, Bride of Chucky got me into Big Rob. Trying to think what song that's in it. Hey, have you never seen House of a Thousand Corpses? That's literally like one of his tunes. There's a lot of his music in there. For real. Wolfman Nard says, Darren, I used to get the Hocus Pocus guy mixed up with James Franco. Mate, that also, he definitely looks like James Franco. I met a guy that looked like James Franco.
But that's weird because he looks fuck all like Noseworthy. James Franco looks nothing like that. Jack Noseworthy.
Jack Franco and James Noseworthy. James Noseworthy. Oh, Noseworthy. That's a fucking excellent name. You should never change that. Noseworthy.
We should try and get him on after this. After this conversation, I bet he says, "I coming on the podcast," and then he sit here like, "Oh, your name's cool, by the
way." He's called Jack Noseworthy, and that's why Voldemort's like, "Here, I must get this kid." Because he's noseworthy, yeah? You get me?
You get it. I love it.
Voldemort's not
very, very
non-noseworthy. Let's reach it to noseworthy.
That's why he laughs like that.
Excuse me, Mr. Noseworthy, but are we worthy? Are you coming on our show?
It sounds like a wanky daffy, a Roald Dahl novel, eh?
like the dad that not necessarily a bad guy, but he's just around in the background, like in 101 Dalmatians. The dad doesn't really do fuck all, does he? He just kind of stilts about while Cruella's trying to kill the dogs. The dad's just like, look at me, noseworthy. Donna says, hey guys.
I'm noseworthy as that other guy.
Aye. Been a while since I watched your podcast. Well, we need to up our game there, Donna. We need to give you a reason to tune back in. So thanks for joining us tonight.
So we gave you 2 tonight.
Nosy gets you nowhere, says Wolfman.
Yeah.
Wolfman is tongue-worthy, and this guy's nose-worthy. I am... You're what? You're arse-worthy, and I'll be toe-worthy. I got big toes. Matthewman...
I'm eyelid worthy. Look at these mad
Matthew...
eyelids.
Mate, Matthewman's no nose-worthy. He had a nose job.
I'm assuming
He's
he wanted
noseworthy.
everybody watching to know that. Like,
I think everybody knows that. No, he told us on the show once.
mate,
He told us on
I
the show.
didn't know that until you told me, and you said he
Rubbish.
told us ages ago, mate. I had
Twice.
no idea. No,
You-
mate, I did not know that. I 100% did not know that.
100% knew he had a nose job. 100%.
I didn't. When it came up, I was like, fucking hell, I never knew that. And
He's
you were like,
told-
he told us ages ago. He's told
Aye.
you, mate. He's told you. He's told the
No.
wrong fucking person. That's what he's done.
Wait. No, not necessarily, because if I was the wrong person, you would have known. Everybody would have known, right?
Oh, that's right. But I like how you didn't even trust yourself, so you assumed that you would have told me.
No, he's told us before in the group chat, 100%. And he told us on the show. So he told everybody about his nose job.
He might well have said it in the group chat, but when you wake up to 87 messages, sometimes you miss stuff.
He used to have quite a big beak, so he got a bit self-conscious about it. Decided to
What,
get
is it
chiseled
because
in.
people refer to it as a big beak? I can see why he changed it. It didn't look very sticky out, but it was wide, man. It was quite wide up. Like when I asked him to send me a picture of what it was like before, I got a picture for the front. I was like secretly inside going, "That's not what I was wanting, mate. I was wanting a side-on view of this monstrosity." But no, I got like it looked like a boxer, like just big flat nose.
Aye.
That's
never
what it looked like to
actually-
me.
I was just joking about it because he had a huge beak. I thought it was more medical that he got it done.
Well, it may well have been like
I
deviated
think
septum or
it's,
something.
couldn't breathe or some shit like that. Ross says the best real name I have ever come across is a guy called Alf Huckett. Alf Huckett.
Oh man. Have you seen the lassie that was getting interviewed on the news? And her name was Peace I Shit. It looked like piece of shit.
God. Dan says, not sure if you guys have heard of a film called Time Crimes, a thriller sci-fi about a guy who accidentally ends up in a time machine. Really good story. I will check that out 100%. That sounds class. Like my favorite film, Time Cop. Matthewman says, Sake went to say night to the Wayne, came back to this. Aye. No,
Okay.
why did he get a nose job again?
We're meant to be reviewing Barb Wire and we're just reviewing Matthewman's fucking beak. That's just no fair.
It's like, how did we get for Pamela Anderson's tits to a different type of surgery?
Because they're being fake.
They've both gone under the knife. Sorry, Matthewman. Wolfman says, I spoke to a customer years ago called Gideon Michael.
I can get on my cock.
Get on my cock. I thought he was joking, but when I checked his account and realised it was real, I had to stop laughing. I never used when I worked in a call centre. I never, like, if somebody's name had me howling, I'd just greet there and then, laugh, just call it out. But sorry, I wasn't expecting that.
I was like, what's your name, sir? It's Barry McCockera.
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. I'm like a gremlin. Matthew says, broke the fucker 3 times. Third time needed some severe straightening. Bloody hell, man. That's what happens when you play extreme water sports.
It must have been really big if you managed to break it 3 times.
They wonder, look, you're going to get my complex. You can now get the 4K Ultra HD Barb Wire from any of your good stores. It is available. It was available as of 21st of October 2024 from Altitude. So go find it, and I'm sure there'll be many good reasons to tune in 4K.
Well,
Matthew,
I checked the
extreme nose
picking.
pick.
I went into this film going, oh fuck, I checked it on IMDb, I was like 3.5, man. This is going to be a slog. I'll be honest with you, man, I enjoyed it way more than I should have. I
Oh,
don't think it was a good film. Like, I would have gave it a solid 5. I think it was way better than I expected it to be, and that was enough. That was enough, because I expected to really be bored. It was a bit boring at times. There wasn't enough wasn't enough action in it. Like, there should have been more. The way that, like, I remember seeing the trailer for it back in the day, and it looked like it was just going to be kind of start to finish, balls to the wall action with boobs. And that's what I was expecting. And there actually isn't as much action. They tried to have a story in there, but chasing contact lenses is the fucking dullest thing.
But when you put when you put the context behind it from the comic book, it makes sense. So I don't know if they expected you just to know that. Darren says, "Is there a movie you went to see in the cinema and ended up walking out?" I'll make that very quick for me. No. I'm someone, I'll see it fucking through to the end, right? J Mac, yes. I've been with you when you walked out, but I think that's because you were knackered and after a day shift.
No, I've done it twice. The first time was a film called The Cold Light of Day with Henry Cavill and Bruce Willis. But it was when Bruce Willis first started just doing essentially cameos in films, but them selling it as a Bruce Willis film. He dies like fucking 15 minutes in. Henry Cavill wasn't the Henry Cavill he is now. The story was terrible. The dialogue was so predictable that I was turning to my mate and telling him what the next line was going to be. That's how bad this film was. So we both walked out. At the time, I had the Cineworld cinema pass. So we both went downstairs and said, "Listen, can we go see something else? Because this is crap." They're like, "You can't see anything else with the Cineworld pass until that film's finished." So we had to go back in and finish it, and it didn't get any better. The second time was Rise of Skywalker, when I think I made it to about an hour in, and I was like, fuck this. I'm not a Star Wars fan anyway, but I do enjoy some of them. I liked The Force Awakens. I liked the one that everybody hated, Last Jedi. I like the ones that nobody else likes.
Of course you fucking do. Mate, look. Wolf Nards. Sup, lads. Wolfman's got nards, extreme nose picking. Mate, either he's looking at us on 2 different devices or somebody's hacked one of his accounts. Listen, see if you're a hacker and you're on one of his accounts. Just know that I might not be able to find you digitally, but I'll find you in fucking person, man. You're getting battered. Imagine that, eh? They're just rocking up the batter somebody. That's what you get for hacking
is threats to violence one of the community guideline problems?
Satire, my friend, satire. Just for the purposes of the tape, I may or may not be coming to batter you. It was all just a joke. It was a joke.
And video analysis, fuck Jay.
It was a joke, and I swear I'm not going to do it.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's my alter ego. I know the folks felt Altitude tune in to see what we thought of their film and their friend, and they batter something. Let's get to more of these scenes. Look at this, eh? He looks like the dude. Is he in The Matrix? Does he turn his back on them all?
No. The guy, that's Joe Pantoliano, you fanny.
I thought that was Michael Kise.
No. Actually, when he first walked, you kind of see him in shadow at first. I was like, that's Stone Cold Steve Austin. When I saw him in the background, I thought it was Stone Cold.
Aye.
Then I seen his face. I was like, oh, it's no Stone Cold. But mate, I don't jizz over wrestling like you do. I just thought he was a wee bit like Stone Cold. Then it turned out not even.
Aye, right, because he's bald. That means fucking. You're one of these cunts that thought that Goldberg and Austin were the same guy.
He was bald. He was bald and massive and in shadow. I was like, oh, is that Stone Cold? And then I very quickly realised it wasn't. But
96, Austin wasn't Stone Cold until like 97. So,
oh, excuse me for no knowing that.
He still had blonde, dashing hair and was going by the name of Stunning Steve Austin. Yeah, did you notice? There was a nod to the mask in this film? You can actually see the mask in the background.
No,
the trashing. Aye, it's because it wasn't fucking there. I just made that up. But like that guy that looks like Stone Cold to you, he was in the mask as well. He's one of the baddies in the mask. Orlando.
That's
He is
right, I'm
also
pretty-
in.
Did he have a
Scorpion King.
ponytail? Did he have a
Aye,
ponytail?
like Tong Po,
Yeah.
like Tong Po.
Yeah.
Exactly like Tong Po.
Aye.
He's one of those guys that was in a lot of your favorite 80s films where it's like
Aye, but he was always
that
just like
type of stuff.
a henchman.
Aye. Damn right. Sorry, J Mac. I'm a daft wrestling fan as well. Oh, Darren, we got lots to talk about, my friend, because I am a walking encyclopedia. No ego.
Aye, no ego. Fuck.
No, there's no ego about it. I just know I know a lot. I know a lot of things. Aye, so we have those conversations at some point, my friend. Aye, so I was talking about that guy. I felt like nothing really happened with him either. They put him in a big ice bath, strap those things to his napper, and then you don't see him again.
Well, I think he was dead when they did that
So why are they doing it?
to get his memories.
Oh, that's right. And then they're like, she's in his memories. We need to track her down. And he's like, well, WFL, she's in everybody's memories, Ken. These guys, man, tell me if that's no Bison, a Bison wannabe. And there's Todd without a fucking metal shard through his face.
Aye, I noticed him as soon as he walked in. I was like, that's a guy for Terminator 2 and Candyman and 24. He was in 24 as well.
Oh, maybe watch that now.
And those uniforms are very, very reminiscent of a certain group of people that we shall not discuss.
Aye. True. The Street Fighter folks. What was Bison's team called?
I don't know. Bisonites. I don't know.
The Bisonites. He does kind of come across like Bison, eh?
He does.
A wee bit. I think he's Bison, but he's no. Right, but by my favorite film.
This film was way better than Street Fighter, by the way.
It was, by the way. See this guy right here, right?
He was class.
Is it only the 80s and 90s where like fat guys of course eating chicken legs, man? How do you know he's fat?
That's a turkey leg, by the way. That's how big he is. That's a turkey leg. But his name was Big Fatso.
He was my favourite character in this. Easily my favourite character.
They could body shame people in their character names back then and not get roasted for it.
Big Fatso. I love how he's just like, see, he's like the most like turned up to 12 type bad guy in this, isn't he?
I enjoyed that.
Eating his chicken legs. Hey, he was
what I noticed
on a tractor.
He's on like a big JCB fucking scoop thing. But what I found funny was he never seemed to get through any of that chicken leg. He was sitting there for hours eating it and never getting through any. I was like, nah, he'd have munched that back. Like he'd be on to the second one.
Another film J Mac didn't see was Threads. That's
God.
Hey, J Mac, you've actually sent me. You've sent me a video. You have sent me a video, right, of a pot with oil in it boiling, right? And all you see is the POV of the camera going up to the pot, and you're taking the chicken legs and you're dropping them in, and you're going, as you're dropping them onto the.
I am Big Fatso.
No, but do you know what that made me do? That made me go, I want to do that. Just the sound of the oil going.
Those were brilliant.
You're totally looking at them like they were a fond memory. So many years ago.
Aye.
You're not allowed to do that.
By the way, speaking of fond memories, see the flashback scene in this? It was the most pointless flashback I've ever seen in a film. It just, all it did was cover up her chebs and let folks speak for a wee while. There was nothing in it of any substance whatsoever.
Like I say, this is a wee mix.
And she still had lipstick on. She was wearing camo and still wearing lipstick.
Matt Wolfman says he married Nina Myers from 24 in real life.
Oh,
who did?
Terminator 2 boy.
Right, aye. Todd.
Yeah.
Actually, my friend Todd, we know Todd, right? Todd said to me years ago, and I want everybody here that's ever watched a film to correct me if I'm wrong. But he said every character that's ever been named Todd is either a dweeb or worse, or gets like a killing. There's never a good character, right, or someone that of great stature called Todd in any films or any TV series.
Disagree. I
What have
disagree.
you seen? Okay, what have you seen?
Last Man on Earth. There's a character called Todd,
Uh-huh.
and he is fantastic.
What one's Todd again?
Granted, he's a big fat guy with a tash, but
See?
he's a great character, man.
And he gets the woman, doesn't he?
January Jones. It's so funny. That if anybody watching hasn't seen Last Man on Earth, please
100% agree.
Please watch it, man. It's
agree.
one of the funniest
So
things
good.
I have seen in my life. In my life. I've watched it all twice.
But again, your point is not proven here, right?
As he was a great character.
Wolfman says Todd from Wedding Crasher is a hero. Exactly my point. He's like the wee rapey guy and sits in the corner like, "Arr."
Oh, I just want to draw you.
Todd and everything, right? The Simpsons. Todd Flanders. He's always getting battered.
I've heard audio of Todd. Our Todd that we're talking about getting battered in the wrestling ring, and it might be one of the funniest. Can you please post that on our site?
I will. It was when Todd and I were a tag team called Rod and Todd, funnily enough, way back in the day. It was an indie wrestling company that no longer
Your name
exists.
was Rod.
Rod, only because his name was fucking Todd. I got called Rod because his name was Todd.
It's like, right, boys, we've got two choices. We've got Kevin and Slevin or Rod and Todd. What are we going with?
Because his name was Todd, by fucking association, I get Rod, and I'm like, how do I fucking make this cool? You know what I mean? But we wrestled a couple times. This company, and they were an independent company that have given like a lot. Some of those guys that were in that are now in WWE and stuff, so that's pretty cool. But again, someone give me a Todd that was like an action hero. They're always dafties. Todd Flanders is a wholesome wee dude. Love Todd Flanders. My favorite.
And he's jacked. He's jacked. He's massive.
Who? Todd Flanders?
No, I saw Ned Flanders. I'm talking about. Sorry.
No, that's his dad.
Sorry.
My favorite Simpsons characters, we fucking Ralph Wiggum, man. He's my
I like men now.
every time. A younger Ali Larter, or could have been a great young Barb Wire.
She was a better actress. Ali Larter was the blonde girl for Final Destination, in case anybody's wondering.
Sharp, Matthew man, sharp. Matthew man, I'm sure you've even digitized a photo of me wearing a wrestling championship with a cowboy hat on. That was Rod, full on Rod.
Oh, you're lucky, man. The picture I seen of me with a cowboy hat on was very, very, very different.
That's funny.
There was a guy I've probably told the story on here before, but I'll say it again for anybody new. A guy I worked with at the time was like, he was like, John, answer truthfully. Have you ever done Shmeshmorn? And I was like, no, I haven't. Why? And he showed me a picture of this guy getting reamed for the back. And I was like, did I? This guy looked exactly like me.
A screenshot would be sufficient.
Oh, I wish I still had it. I don't even have contact with the guy anymore, or I would get it for the show. We would obviously cut out all the naughty bits. But
How
this
was
guy
he doing it?
was that?
Was he gay? How did he find it?
I actually never questioned it. I was so overwhelmed with how much I looked like this guy. I never actually asked him how he found it. I think he used to frequent a website that didn't discriminate about the videos that it suggested to you. You know what I mean? Like when you go to one of these websites, I've heard that when you go to one of these websites now, it asks what type you want to watch. Back then with this website, it was different.
I have heard that you need to disable the cookies first.
Or is that just a type?
A younger Ali Larter could portray. You said that, mine. Joan Severance should have been a killer. Well, sorry, would have been a killer Barb Wire. Aye. Severance? No, me neither. No. I think Pamela Anderson was a killer Barb Wire. Eh? I think the name's quite gash. Barb Wire. There was nothing where, you know what I mean? Like John Rambo. There was nothing wiry about her.
There's something just uncool about the name Barbara. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Every time. Ooh, Barbara. You get that saying. Jack knows where they would have been a great Barb Wire.
Do you know, I was looking at him and going, he would make a really pretty woman.
Yeah, that's funny.
He's a bit of a weird looking guy, but he would make a really nice looking woman.
I went to see Deep Purple and Reef were supporting. Phenomenal band, by the way. I think their greatest hit actually lets them down because their music's better than their one hit. And I remember looking at that guitarist all night going, that dude, like, I swear, like, if you didn't like really look, you would assume that was a woman. I said, that's quite dangerous. You'd be attracted to a woman that's actually a dude. And then my dad was like, it was a woman. I'm like, no, it wasn't. So she hadn't tits. I said, that was a dude. Looked up, it turns out it was a woman. That was some confusing shit, man. Ross says, to be fair to Pam, I mean, we must always be fair to Pam. You know she's not Meryl Streep. She got where she did because she was hot. Hey, let's talk about who
I think she actually did quite well with the action stuff in this.
Aye.
I said it quite early on. There was a bit where she ends up behind a table, then she's kind of peeking out with the two guns, and the way she's standing in that, I was like, she's actually pretty cool. Like I thought she was pretty cool, and she did well with the martial arts stuff as well as you could expect from somebody not trained in martial arts. It was all right. The action scenes were decent. There just wasn't enough of them for me.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't get why she didn't like to be called Babe. It's like you're literally flashing your tits. Like, Babe's going to offend you.
I think she was beyond that. She was beyond being called Babe because she was the club owner. Do you know what I mean? She was a high hygiene at the club. Don't call me Babe anymore. I run this place.
Here, there's a scene. See the scene where the guy falls off the big bit? Ah!
There was quite a few guys falling off big bits.
Well, see, there's one where I went, fuck, that actually looked real. Like, well done.
Oh, there was some good stunts. But you never seen anybody hit the ground. That was a thing in the 90s, though. You would see the fall, you'd never see the hit. What?
The Commando.
Oh, no, it says ooh la la on the way down.
Why did you say that?
Ooh la la! Mind when I recreated that with my Thundercats toys.
Which, by the way, I thought would have like 1 million views, but sadly didn't. It was excellent. Excellently executed.
Mate, put it on. Put it on at the end of this episode.
I don't have it right now, but I'll find it. It was excellently executed. She just failed on the acting, the actually acting. Don't get me wrong. There's probably actors out there right now that are nowhere near as good. They don't even look as good and are probably further on, right?
I don't know. She was pretty bad. She was pretty bad wire. I used to think it was called bad wire when I was a kid.
Bad wire,
like actual barbed wire. I used to think it was, oh, don't touch that. It's bad wire. It's bad wire. It's wire that hurts you. It's bad wire.
Wire. It doesn't hurt you. Just shouts abuse at you. Syrian. All right. Well, I enjoyed the film. I gave it a 6, by the way.
I was at a 5. I think the 3.5 on IMDb is pretty harsh, but I gave it a 5. I didn't have a terrible time.
No, I enjoyed it, and I think, like, even though it does, in a sense, sexualize Pamela Anderson,
in a sense,
that's what it's basically. It's promoted that way, and I think the marketing as well let it down because it. Like, you look at it, you just go, this is just going to be Pamela Anderson getting naked, which is good if that's what you're picking the film up for. You know, if you're walking into Global Video or Blockbuster and you decide to have a wee look, there's a videotape that you wanted. That's great. But I think beyond that, it's actually quite a decent film with quite a good cast. What I mean is, like, it wasn't terrible. Well, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible. I've seen a lot worse, and I've seen a lot worse that have been made a lot more recently. So, like the Grey Man. This was better than the Grey Man.
That's got our pal Billy Bob in it as well.
Oh, it was a terrible film. Horrible.
I didn't rate it that much either. But you know what I did like about it was the fact that, like, you're watching a Pamela Anderson film and we're going, wait a minute, Pamela Anderson, like, hats off to you. You know what I mean?
She did all right.
Like, hats
She did
off to you.
alright.
Like, guys, imagine you got a J-Mac. Imagine you've got a great set of tits and everybody wants to smack your ass, right?
I have.
And you're aware that that's what, like, that's why people hiring you, right? And then you actually give it your all, and no matter how hard you try, you'll always be known for just great ass and tits and whatnot, right? I think that that's unfair to Pamela Anderson because I don't think she's talentless at all, and I do think that she really gave her all. And I think if someone that didn't look like Pamela Anderson was matched on her talent, I think they'd still get a fair shot.
Okay.
Do you not think so? I think it's just based on her her appearance and that, like, she got cheat codes to life, right?
Aye.
And I
she
think-
cheated a bit. She cheated a bit more, didn't she? Those were cheating.
She Matthew Minned them. By that, I don't mean plastic surgery, Matthew Min. I mean the manipulation of images. The way you manipulate it, she manipulated them way, and I think everybody watching wanted to manipulate it and all. I'm joking. But she's good. Hats off to her. She was really good at it. And do you know any other actress out there, or even a guy, that purely gets by based off of their sex appeal?
Chris
Like,
Hemsworth.
you don't think he's a good actor? No.
No.
I think he's all right. I don't. But he's a big, beautiful man as well.
That's
So
why.
he's
That's
got
why,
all
I guess
that going for
that's why he gets the parts he gets. I don't think he's a particularly good actor.
Momoa?
He's just Momoa. I mean, he's easy to watch, which is exactly what Pamela Anderson is. It's just easy to watch.
Brad Pitt trades on his looks. And certain times, I think.
Brad Pitt has stood out acting wise in maybe one film that I can think of where I actually
Benjamin
thought he
Button?
was spectacular. No, it was 12 Monkeys. His performance in 12 Monkeys was phenomenal.
Aye. Brad Pitt's
I mean-
all right.
I mean, think about what's in the box. That was so bad in a really good film. What's in
Aye.
the box?
Wolfman says, I get by on my looks.
You
It
certainly
worked
do.
for you. It worked for you. Us, we've had to claw. we've had to Kristen Stewart it. In fact, we didn't even get at that.
I get by.
Kristen?
I get by on intellect. Although I was complimented on my acting by numerous people after our film was screened at the East Kilbride Short Film Festival. So
Was it in the East Kilbride? When was it in there?
that's the one you went to, mate.
That wasn't in East Kilbride, was it?
It was I. It was definitely in East Kilbride.
Was
You
it?
just don't know where you are any time, do you? Thanks, I live in Glasgow.
I know, man.
Doesn't he know he was in East Kilbride for a film festival of a film that he was in?
That one! I know. Hey, by the way, in May, and this goes out to everybody watching, you should all come along. We've got the big fucking awards in May where we can win like $5,000 and there's like 10 awards up for grabs. So hopefully we can walk in and grab them, eh? It'd be pretty fun.
There's 10 awards up for grad. $5,000. And the bottom one's like a toffee apple.
Yeah. If it's going, I'm gone. Wolfman says, what film? What? Well, there's a film we made called A Good Night's Sleep, written by BAFTA award-winning writer John Rooney. And J Mac plays
Peter.
Peter, who's a character nothing like J Mac in real life. So
I
I
will
really
remind
had to,
people, and I will remind people that when Kevin said, "Do you want to play this part?" he said, "John, I've got this part. I think you'd be perfect for it." I said, "What is it?" He's like, "He's a fat lazy bastard." I was like, "Thanks very much, mate."
not quite like that. I didn't quite. I just says this guy really in
I
the
was,
nicest
like,
way.
Peter was a
Reminds
much bigger arsehole than much bigger arsehole than Like nobody could live with him. Nobody could live with him. Carol did well to get by as long as she did.
As long as she
with
did.
Peter. Oh, sorry, he did well for her to stay as long as she did.
Aye, aye.
Um,
But it's a class wee film.
send it
aye,
to Wolfman. In fact, send it to Wolfman, and then
shall.
he can Big Barry can get in touch with us and let us know what he thinks.
Aye. What I think is shit. But it's now an award-winning film.
He'll
so
tell us. He'll
he's
tell
not
us.
allowed
That's one thing about his
think
channel.
it's
He is
shit.
always very honest, and I'm sure he will be honest. If you thought it was shit, tell us.
It's a wee short one, Nards. It's a wee short one.
17
in
minutes.
Fact, it's 17 minutes on a short film. We took a piss. By the way, see when I was watching it at the festival, right? Everybody's got like 3-minute films. I'm like, sorry, it's 17 minutes. Hog the fucking thing. However, though,
Aye.
we did smash every other film, and I'm not saying it egotistically. Everybody was howling with laughter. It got a fucking ovation, right? It hammered every other film, and that's not to say that our films are best. But all I'm saying is it really entertained people, and I felt the room change when ours came on. And that was 17 minutes. So that's a wee feat. It's no perfect by any stretch, but we gave it our all at the time.
And we
for
learned a
what
lot.
We did.
We
Learned
a
a
lot.
million. We learned a million things. So
Next
what
one will
was
be
it we
better.
say? What was it we were saying that we should change the name for No Real Productions to it's a learning curve productions. Everything.
The more I look back at it, I'm like, no real productions. It just sounds like a scam, doesn't it?
A wee
It's
bit,
like, oh, we're with no real productions. Well, this isn't real.
I know. I'd have been good with my old nose. As what? Did I miss it? Or
I
no?
think
I think we've been chatting too much that we forgot what he was saying. Matthewman says, Nards did a good video the other day about horror movies you've not seen. First guy I've heard rating Splinter. Cracking me movie. I saw the thumbnail for that, which, by the way, Nards, I prefer your old thumbnails because they really jumped out at me. Nothing against your new ones. They were nice and that. But your old ones...
Oh, brilliant. Now he's just going to slag our film. You fucked his thumbnail.
No. No, I've no. His new thumbnail's nice. I think his old one was just more... I really dug it. I really dug his older one, the way he had like the banner and stuff. That's just my opinion, though. I know shit. I can't even. All my thumbnails are the fucking same, man. Look at mine. Here's what we're doing next week, and here's what we're doing after that, and here's what we're doing after that. You know what I mean? So
Here's
I'm in
two
position.
pictures of the same folk.
Aye. So, but I don't. I'm no all that. I'm a work in progress, man. Everything. Darren says, "Where could I watch it?" I'll send you a link, my friend. Send us a wee DM and the thing. It's not available out there. I have to send it as a private link because it's not got distribution yet. But it's probably end up on Prime.
It's still doing the circuits. That's what it is. It's still
it
working the
literally
circuit.
is. It literally is. So until such time, it might actually. We've got a few friends in the streaming platforms, so it might end up somewhere that you already subscribed to. But I will send you a wee screener link if you just drop me a message. You can do it on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. Nards, I know how to find you. You prefer my old ones? That's good. It means the new ones are better. Right. Aye. You're right.
He's like, fucking hell, Kev like Barb Wire. I don't think I'm bothered that he doesn't like my new firmware.
Oh no, I never said I don't like his new ones. They're also nice. I just really dug his older ones. That's just personal. That's just personal preference. But aye, no, they're decent. And before we wrap up the show, right? I will play your wee Thundercats action figure reenactment of the Commando scene. But before we do, I just want to let you all know that we are live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Unless we say otherwise, usually folk got something on or that. Coming up on the show, Return of the One-Armed Swordsman, which looks fucking batshit, so I can't wait to watch that. We've got Renfield coming up and all, and we have Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. There was a wee while that was on like Shudder, hey, like before you watched anything, it was like Elvira, I'm the Mistress of the Dark.
There's also two very good reasons to watch that one.
I recall, so I do. Nard says I like my older ones too, but there's a method to the madness. So for anybody that's waiting to see what's going to go down on Nard's channel, assuming you didn't already come from his to here, go check out Wolfman's Got Nards on YouTube. His stuff is fucking top tier. So make sure you do that if you're not already. I can't imagine that you won't be already, but if you're not, jump over to his channel and check out his stuff. You can get lost just watching hours and hours of content. And like Matthew says, I've not checked out that one yet, but go and check out he does a lot of stuff that's like, here's reasons why to watch this and all that. All the good stuff, man. Go and fucking check it out. Don't listen to me. Go check it out. So I'm gonna share my screen here with you. And just while I did help produce this by going, here, you need to do this on Messenger. That's my only claim to this. Hey,
and what I would say, it took me about an hour and a half to do
it
this.
It was so well executed. So it was. You should also share the audio. Right, here we go. Let's hope this does it first chance now, right? I'll play it a few times. Oh, the browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different screen. All right. Why though? Good thing as well, we're leaving StreamYard. I've already explained this. Hey, we're leaving StreamYard. So this might be our last StreamYard. Right, here we go. Seeing this, lads? Oh, look at this. Whoop, I'm going to remove our wee overlays. Right, you see this here? So this here is the commando scene. You'll already know it.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last? That's what made you did. I lied.
So good.
Last
An hour and a half for that.
That's excellent. That's such good shit, man. That is so good.
Oh man,
it was as good as I thought it was going to be.
That was clearly when I
think
had
it was actually better.
a day off work and no young kid still to look after in the house. I was like, I'm just going to go and play with my Thundercats toys and make a film.
I'm sure that was like very late at night after a few bevies at one point. Was it not? Because it was very late because I was texting you. We were doing one of those back and forth. We were doing one of those back and forth, just talking absolute shite, and you sent me something to do with your Thundercats. And you'd done something similar. It was like a different movie scene, and I went, mate, do the scene for Commando where he drops him off the thing, and then it, like you stopped typing, and I went, he's doing it, and I waited. It's good, right? You need to do more of them. Like
I can't find
Dylan.
those toys. I don't know what's happened to them.
No, Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Oh, mate, that's what it was. That's what it was. Mate, it was that exact scene. It was Dylan, you son of a bitch, was the other scene that I reenacted. And
you son of a bitch.
I managed to line them up properly so that when I used their arm action, whoosh, they both connected. Man, I forgot about that.
Need to find it.
It was on my old PC. I'm never going to find that again.
Oh no, you would have sent it to me, so I'll try to find it. Right.
That'd be awesome.
Definitely check it out. Might have a guest coming on soon. Someone, like I say, someone contacted me from a new up and coming film. One of the films that he was in was actually that mouse one. You know how they done Blood and Honey with one of the, what you call them? Well, this one, he was in the one about Mickey Mouse, which looks class. So we can talk a wee bit about that. But he has a new film coming out, and I think he's going to send me some details because we've chatted a wee bit. So if he does, look out for another guest coming on the show to talk about one of his latest films. That'd be pretty cool. Otherwise, if you've got anything you'd like to see us cover, let us know. If you'd like to come on the show, let us know. If you've got some good patter that's about films. And look out for our next couple episodes that will be about this one-armed samurai guy, Renfield, which was class, and Elvira, the mistress of the dark. And I am looking forward to that. So thanks again for tuning in here on your Sunday night, giving us your time. Make sure you like and subscribe. You didn't have to. If you want to do it, if you didn't, cool, man. But thanks for tuning in anyway. J Mac, anything you'd like to say before we go?
No, just like I said, make sure you send a wee film to Wolfman. I want to get his opinion. Other than that, same as Kev, thanks for continuing to support the channel and all that shit.
For sure. Matthew has to come in here with the last. Nards did a good video the other day about the horror movies you've seen.
You've done it.
Like he's wrote it again. Oh no, he didn't. It was
No,
Janice
he's
saying "love y'all."
You never admit a fuck up, man. It's so funny.
No, he said all the same words again, right?
You did it earlier on as well. You're like, you've typed that twice. I was like, no, he didn't.
No. He did.
Oh,
Look,
right,
he did.
so-
Look, 3 times actually. See, look, he did. They're 2 different ones. He 100% did. Let's see if there's any difference. No, they're the exact same. He 100% did. See, look.
Okay. I'll take it back then.
Thank you very much. And on that note, guys, we'll see you next week. Have a good week and take it easy, guys.
There's me still.